Hello everybody, Steve Griffiths here, developer of the MTPredictor software program. In today's MTPredictor video, I'd like to look at how to use end of day data in MTPredictor for perhaps looking at longer term trades on daily charts on US stocks. But as usual, we start with our risk disclaimer and remind you that all examples in these videos should be considered as hypothetical. No trades are actually taken, they're just shown for illustration and training purposes only. Remind you there's a risk of loss in trading and investing. Put another way, all professional traders know and understand, but more importantly accept, that losses can and will and do unfold. This is true for any approach to the markets, that always will be losing trades. Right. Let's see about using some end of day data. For this I've got some end of day data in metastock format, but it can be ASCII format as well, saved onto my PC. I've set up the data connection already. That's available in other help videos. So what I'm going to do now is have a look at say the NASDAQ. So what's the approach you use when using MTPredictor? Well, rather than just going to a scanner and looking at the scanner results, first of all you want to get the large degree trend of the general market. So for this we want to open or have a look at the index for the shares that you're scanning. So in this case I'm actually going to have a look at the NASDAQ. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to open up a daily chart of the NASDAQ. Where's the NQ? There you go, the NASDAQ 100. Just open that up as just a chart to start with and have a look at the large degree trend. Right, there's the daily chart. So what we're looking at is, what is the large degree trend at the moment? Well, first and foremost you can see there's a major high back here. So if I just use training mode and I jump back to here somewhere, you can see if I right mouse click, do decision point, you can see how this area of resistance was on your chart well in advance, months ago. So if I now turn training mode off, you can see how the NASDAQ popped up into the level there, has backed off a bit and is now back up in this level here. If you want to double check this with the weekly or higher time frame chart, if you have daily data, you can then convert it to a weekly as well. So if I right mouse click here, do decision point, right mouse click here, do decision point, you can see that we're at the moment we're at basically double DP resistance. In other words, there's two areas of DP resistance. So if I now come down to a daily chart, you can see this is where we are here in our higher time frame or weekly resistance area. So the idea being is that once you've gauged the large degree trend direction on the individual stock index, which here you can see was up off this TS4 buy setup, was up into that high there. If I place the analysis on here, you can see that now we're at that target. So the large degree trend was up into this weekly resistance. Of course, now when you actually look for a scan, you're probably looking for short trades on individual stocks. So that's the first thing, gauging the large degree trend on the individual stock index. So let's now open up a scanner, and for this I'll now drag that across a bit. I'll go to a local folder, and here I have the my shares in individual folders. So there's the Dow Jones, and I've got the NASDAQ here, but you could have the S&P 500 and different ones in individual folders as well. So I'll open up this folder that has the NASDAQ in. I'll leave it at day. I'll now download, and you can see it's now opening those charts, and in a second it will go through and scan them all. Just opening them up, and now here you see the scanners running, and it's just going through them all looking for trade setups. So I'll just wait till that comes through. Almost there. Almost there. Right, there's the list. So I can sort this by clicking on the top of the column there. I'll just click on that, and now you can see here's our potential trade setups. So I'm just going to right mouse click on this and then do new chart, and it opens up a new chart there, and you can see there's a potential sell setup. To make it easy, what I'm going to do is I'm now going to link this by color, and now I'm going to link all those scanner items by color as well. So what this now means is very, very quickly and easily I can now click on another item, and you can see it takes me to that chart there as well. Very easy indeed. So let's go back to this first one and have a look at the large degree trend. First of all, our MTP trend is blue, so that probably won't be a good one to do, because remember, we're looking for short trades at the moment. Go to a weekly chart, and that looks to be firmly up as well. See how you can convert the daily data into a weekly on the fly as well. So I'll come down here, look at another one. Look at another one. Here you can then go out to the weekly chart as well. So this looks like an interesting one, because if I go out to the weekly chart and I place a weekly decision point off that previous high, you can see how the individual stock is also at weekly resistance. So remember, our large degree trend on our individual index, the Nasdaq 100, was also at a potential turning point, and here this individual stock is also at a higher time frame or weekly turning point as well. So in other words, your individual stock on its higher time frame and the index as a whole are all telling you the same thing. So that looks like a good potential one to take. Let's have a look at some other ones. Do you see the process that I'm doing here? I'm basically going through the individual results and having a look on the individual charts on the higher time frame to see whether there's setups. This looks like it could be a good one as well, because we're at weekly resistance. So when you get ones that you are interested in or look to be good trade setups, you can then right mouse click, do analysis, and that gives you your position size as well. In fact, this was actually a short trade that would already be in already from a few days ago. So of course our high there was coming in at DP resistance a few days ago, so you'd probably have found this one a few days ago as well. Remember, you can use change your position sizing here. So this is a if I go to tools, accounts and risk profiles, and then stock, you can decide how much risk to trade on each individual setup. So if 0.5% is too much, you can take it down to say 0.1%. If you do OK, if you look what happens to the number of shares here, you do OK, it then varies the number of shares. So here our risk would only be $17, and a potential profit would be $90 if it gets down to that target. You can change your account size as well, so you can have different account size and your different risk profile as well. Just take that back up again to 0.5%. So you can see you can adjust this to tailor how you want to do your trades as well. So that give you the number of shares, or do your position size, and to keep your initial risk small under control. So now you go through and have a look at all the ones that you potentially like the look of as well, and there's another one there as well. So that gives you an overview of how best to use MTPredictor. This is our standalone version 8.1 to scan and find potential trade setups using end of day data, or just on your PC, on your hard drive that you'll download each and every day. So again, the procedure is, first and foremost, go to your index of the markets you're looking to scan and gauge the large degree trend on that index. Once you've gauged what the large degree trend is on that index, then you can go down to your individual scanning your individual charts there. Then you can go through them one by one, say the results you found in the scanner there, and once you've had a bit more of a closer look at them, you can then gauge what also the large degree trend is on that individual stock as well, and make sure it falls in with the large degree trend of the sector as a whole, in other words the market as a whole. And then once you've got your list, you can then do your position sizing to gauge the number of shares to take. So hopefully this has been a good video just to show you how to use end of day daily charts on for slightly longer term positions using MTPredictor 8.1.